Let me tell you about this giant sledding hill we had at the end of the street. And growing up, like I did in Elsa's country, some of you might recognize I'm talking about Wisconsin, this hill was the pride and joy of every kid in the neighborhood. Now this thing was steep. You'd show up with your grappling hooks and climbing gear. The air was definitely thinner up there. Kids would be having asthma attacks. Hey, Pete's down, guys. I got dibs on his sled. Quick, somebody give me the wake-up shovel. I'm gonna throw some snow in his face, see if he wakes up. Pew-wee, we've got the ambulance sled, guys. This is the ambulance sled. Stay out of the way of the ambulance sled. Pew-wee. So yeah, it was really a coming-of-age experience when Mom would finally let us sled on the big hill. Hey, Steve, wanna chew on some crayons with us? They're good. Nah, fam. See you later, losers. I'm a grown-up now. Gonna go do some sledding with the big boys. Do 178 in a plastic sled just to flaunt my maturity-ness. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Mom had no idea. You'd say, going sledding, Mom, and she'd think snowflakes and sun rays. Something right out of a Norman Rockwell painting, you know? Actually, it was more like the cover of War Games. Oh yeah, we made sledding down a hill on a piece of plastic way more dangerous than it had to be. One game was called Sabotage. And, well, everyone would speed down at the same time, and you'd try and ram into as many kids as possible. That's about it. You'd be getting air over all the bodies, and then out of nowhere, this bigger kid would hit you and fling you 100 yards straight into a tree. There'd be bodies strewn all over the hill like the heaps of dirty laundry in my bedroom. But perhaps the most bestest and gloriousest game of all was make the biggest jump ever and see who can do the best flying eagle impersonation. Now, jump building was quite an art, and there was always that one kid that never helped at all but would come screaming down the hill and hit the jump before it was done. Bro, this jump wasn't ready to be jumped yet, dummy! Can't you see the traffic cones? But we'd eventually get those ramps so hard and ice-packed that they could handle the fattest butts we launched at them. And launched those butts we did, like little rockets shooting out of the Kennedy Space Center trying to make orbit. Very rarely did your sled actually stay underneath you during the landing, but that was kind of intentional because we relied on the craters our keisters made to determine how far we flew. Don't be a moron. This is my butthole. See how perfectly it fits?
No, it doesn't fit your butt. You're spreading it out.
Woo, James just made a world record. Pew-wee, make way for the ambulance sled. Pew-wee. There were always some cute girls that would just come and sit by the jump and applaud. They knew very well that they were just clouding our better judgment. We'd be flying higher and higher off that jump, way past the points where our butts wanted us to quit, and let me tell you, those landings did not feel good once the snow was compacted. We'd be crawling home on our hands and knees. Weren't nobody sitting down for dinner that evening. Now obviously it took talent and a healthy, underdeveloped sense of self-preservation to be good at these games, but your choice of sled was definitely important too, and needless to say, we went through a lot of sleds. The good ones ended up smashed in a matter of days, and the crappy ones piled up in the garage so our parents could just point at them when we said we needed new ones. Hey Dad, I need a new sled!
Don't be ridiculous. You have 17 sleds.
Ugh, Dad, you don't get it. I won't be making any butt crater records with a roll-up cookie sheet or a trash can lid. Crepe's sake, don't you care about my butt crater reputation? Okay, quick interjection here. I have a lesson for you kids at home on crappy sleds. The torpedo is what you want. Reliable, sturdy, not too heavy, plenty of room for 4 or 5 people if you don't mind losing a few. Thing is, they're getting increasingly hard to find. Actually, these pictures here were just hard to find, and I don't know why they don't make them anymore. You've got, instead, these Walmart specials with the long nose that just curves straight into the ground. You don't even need a jump with these things. They'll springboard you into next week and then crumble into 1,000 pieces of shrapnel before you can even find the receipt to return it. Of course, you could always shell out some more dough for one of those heavier duty sleds. Get one of those cast iron bathtubs that don't move an inch. Try to set a record in that. About gives you a heart attack just hauling it up the hill too. Or, if you're in the mood to break both your legs, you could try one of those shovel sleds. The incredibly brain-dead engineer that engineered this, I don't know, must have had no legs. Because, like, seriously, where did the legs go, genius? And those big, heavy wooden toboggans are really cool. On the wall. I mean, don't care how much wax Grandpa slapped on it, that thing didn't move an inch down the hill. Or those round saucers. Yeah, those will spin you 1,000,000 times a minute and then make you puke. Can't stop spinning. The snow carpet? I mean, honestly, if this is the only sled you can afford, just don't bother getting it and use the shopping bag. It will have better results. So yes, a torpedo. Put it on your Santa list so you don't forget. Okay, so another thing you should know, our lust for speed made us just a little anal about our sledding hill protocol. For instance, walking up the hill on our dedicated sledding tracks was a death wish.
Darn it, David! Standing right on the tracks again! See, look! Sledding zone, walking zone! Hey, you listening to me? Don't make me get the police sled out here! Boy, I'll put you away, man!
Honestly, it was so annoying. Like, not only did David's track slow us down a good 0.06%, but after the snow hardened, it was like sledding downstairs.
David!
Oh, good times. Now, we eventually took up snowboarding and left our butthole crater days behind. But it did take us a surprisingly long time to convince Mom that snowboarding is actually a lot safer than going breakneck speed on a nice hill with no way to slow down or steer. So, yeah, Mom, maybe this video can help shed some light on the truth. Oh. Alright. Here we go. It's MeeMee 9 times. Subscribe to have a good time. That's right. We don't mind. Your ugly behind just so long as you keep it in line. That's fine. And ring the bell to be the first notified for one of the greatest shows ever online. That's right. It's MeeMee 9 times.